It is. Alright guys, here I am live from the back of the Spurgeon household where my daughter has Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Cinderella in the garden fence presiding over the germination of the carrots. Oh, you be you, honey. My son is down swinging on the dog's rope and we are going to do some machining strategy. Alright children, I got boom da boom da boom da boom. You can see I am thoroughly rabbited with joints. This thing's gonna come together like you wouldn't believe. Everything is designed. I used the thickness of 0.72. I measured between 0.713 and 0.717. I figure that little bit of and we're talking a very small amount that would be filled by glue lines. I think this is the way to go. I just eased it up to the nearest hundredth of an inch. I feel pretty good about that. It's still, I'm going to squeeze it tight and glue and screw it before it's all said and done. Alright, so getting ready to machine this thing. The first thing I want to do, I want to go modify a range, but just a heads up, I got to make sure this is unchecked. The default position is there's going to be an anchor usually on the first component you create, and that means it's grounded. That means it can't move, and that freaks it out. When it tries to arrange and make these flat, it will really bother it. You also might have to hit unpin. So I'm going to right click on this and hit unground. I could pin it, I don't want to, but if it had a pin, one of these icons, I would certainly get rid of them. So now these are free to move. I am not joined together at all. I'm going to Control Z that back. And now I'm ready to go to my arrange function. That's under modify. I'm going to come out modify, arrange. Alright, I need to tell it what to arrange. So I'm going to left click to start, come up around and grab everything. I am then going to uncheck create copies because I don't want another copy. It'll leave it there and then lay it out flat. I'm going to look, I'm 90% sure that this is how I want this to look, 2D true shape, and it'll tell you if it's not. Then I'm going to click on envelopes. The first thing it wants me to do is select my plane. I'm going to lay it flat like that. I'm going to go in and modify a couple things. The horizontal work envelope I'm going to set as 22 and 22. The reason I'm doing that is because that allows me to just run screws in. If you absolutely need all 24 and 24, we will figure out a way to do that. We'll just have to be careful with how we clamp and adhere it. But this just lets me put in 2 foot by 2 foot stock, and I know if I stay right along the edge with some screws to hold down the plywood that I'm not going to run my bit into the screw holding something in. As I come down, the other thing I want to do is I want to adjust spacing at 0.3 and 0.3. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch bit. That allows me, sometimes if you use a 1/4 it'll get confused, but that's going to leave just enough gaps. So if I zoom in here, the gaps between them are going to be 0.3 inches. It'll take 2 passes. It makes it a little longer, but I'm going to get a little cleaner cut and the bit's not going to have to work quite as hard. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. So now, if you look, I'm going to come down and I'm going to machine this to here. I am well within, this is 25 inches here. I'm going to be well within this. It's going to have a strange datum. It's probably going to try to put my datum, my 0, my origin at the top left. I'll end up resetting that as I go to my next machining strategy.